Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This week, the watchword is random, as Winning Wade judges proceedings with a question generator and a spinning wheel. Legendary lawyer Bob admits to being utterly brilliant, but avoids politics like the clap. And rhyming Mark fakes school attendance to avoid the wrath of his mumsy. Fair play, I say. From death row buffets to floating bath time balls. Yes, it's time for the Wheel of Fate. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I'm today's host, Wade. Why? Because Bob succeeded in having like a 0.18%
Oh my
chance.
god, I had blanked that out from my memory until just now.
I wanted to remind you why we're here the way we are today. All on a coin flip, a very
Thanks
fair
for bringing
coin
that
flip.
rushing back into my brain.
Admittedly, like, I can't say it was the most fair coin flip because it wasn't a coin, but it was the most fair camera lens flip that we had.
I will accept that the effect that the weird weight distribution of a camera lens might have had on your flips had almost no effect whatsoever on the actual outcomes.
No, because I think you called most of them.
And yeah, I kept jumping in and calling it because I was like, I'll have to win one of these. It's fine. It's fine. This is a new day, and I feel good about this episode. I'm going to win. I feel confident.
Good. Well, I hope luck is on your side today. If you guys have never been here before, this is a show where one of us hosts, the other two compete for points. The winner hosts the next episode. Points are assigned relatively arbitrarily. The judge kind of decides how things go. Today, everything is out of my hands. This entire episode is up to chance, and you'll see what that's about later. For now, how have you guys been? How are you? I've got my normal background again, so I'm out of paradise and back in hell. I mean, back home.
Yeah, I'm good. The baby's doing well. Grandparents are in town right now, so he's having a fun time playing with grandparents.
Is that the first positive thing you've ever said about the baby on this show? The baby's still... Have you slept?
Listen, yeah, no. So I got a lot of sleep last night. I went to bed early, and then I took him in the middle of the night, and we basically slept the whole time I had him, and then I slept some more. Last night is the most sleep I've gotten in like weeks. I feel pretty good. Turns out I don't hate the baby. I'm just a really mean person when I don't get enough sleep.
I think I am too. Mark, are you well rested and feeling great too?
I got a lot of sleep last night. I am extremely tired because filming is complete!
Yay! Woo! I can't wait to see Steel Kidneys.
Yes, that's the sequel. Don't spoil it.
Oh, sorry. Let me go to Twitter. I'm going to delete my tweet.
No, it was a very fun shoot. It is now done. It was extremely arduous, soul-crushingly difficult, but we did it. It was great.
That sounds fun.
Yep.
Great.
What a twist.
It was so funny because people only, like, I dropped the teaser trailer, like, a little over a week ago from this recording. But then, there was articles like, oh, Markiplier's filming Iron Lung, and then there was another, like, follow-up article yesterday. It was like, Markiplier's wrapped, and everyone was like, whoa, only a week of filming? Man, that must be a short movie. And I'm just like, we were filming for 35 days.
No, you got the trailer material after the trailer came out. Of course you weren't filming prior.
Yes, exactly. Definitely not. We filmed the trailer day 1, and then we filmed the rest of the movie day 2 through 7, and then we were done.
That's crazy.
I can't believe you filmed so much in a week, Mark. Can't wait to see it.
Hyper efficient. Yes, definitely.
This must be like a 10-minute movie. I can't wait to watch it.
To get all that footage, you only had to film for 48 hours a day.
Yeah, we actually did it TikTok style. So, we just had someone with a phone in there. And then we stop and start and stop and start.
Like a cheap Walmart phone stabilization gimbal and a guy with an iPhone 12 just like, ugh, yeah, that's a good push.
It was a good push.
Walk it in, walk steady, walk real smooth. And an explosion.
No, it was really cool. I was stressing Amy out yesterday because I was camera shopping, and I was just like, because we just got done, right? So, and then I'm in the morning just looking at like camera stores online, and I'm just like filling up a wish list full of stuff. I'm like, ooh, I can't wait for the next one. And Amy's just like, oh my god, we're not even done with this one.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got like weeks, months potentially of post on this. Of like, I don't know how long it takes to do it, but you're not done, man.
No. No, not by far. But hey, I can dream about the next one. I can dream.
But why would you? That's the real question.
Why would I? Yeah.
What do you enjoy more, the editing process or the filming process?
As miserable as the filming process is, I do think I enjoy that more. Editing is, in a vacuum and you're just like doing it yourself. Whereas filming is like, it's an entire little community. And the one we had on set here was like a Wild West town where every department had their own little nook that they built. They actually put temporary walls up or a tent up, and they had little signs above their things. It was really nice. It was a lot of bonding. We had the wrap party yesterday, and it was just like very fun to see all these people come together and be really excited about both the movie and being done with it and how hard and challenging it was. But, I think anyone that's in a creative field, they kind of relish having a challenge and being able to put their skill forward and try to advance their skills. So it was really, really fun.
It is quite, I've not seen a lot of like filming sets, but it's quite the little experience. It's like a little capsule. And I've only ever dipped in and out, but being there for the whole time and being on the crew and stuff, I could see that. It must be intense, but it does seem pretty fun, honestly.
It is definitely intense. But when it comes down to the way that I like to do film sets, I'd like to think it's intense, but also fulfilling, and people feel like they're taken care of, because we try to have the best food and we try to have the best, crafty, and we try to make sure that people are taken care of, and we're not doing too many overnights and weekends and stuff like that. Even though 12-hour days are pretty tough on anybody.
You guys did have good food when we did In Space. There was some good food.
Same people came back for this one. So
nice.
Food was excellent.
Well, I'm excited to see the movie in like a week when you're done. 1 week of filming, 1 week of editing.
Yeah.
That's how I like to roll. That's how we did date. So
Come on, Mark, crank it out. Get that, polish that up, all right?
What were you editing when we were doing the tour?
Who Killed Markiplier?
That was Who Killed
What
Markiplier.
they were working on when we were on tour.
we did preliminary editing right before, up until the moment that we had to leave. And then I went blind, right? Because I got hit in the eye with a pickle.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I know, right? Maybe this was over the first half and I got hit with a pickle later. I can't remember which. But either way, yeah, I was editing Who Killed Markiplier on the bus. This is why I forgot about that part, because it was a signing and then there was also me editing that. So I saw nothing.
That stint of tour was like miserable because you didn't even sleep a lot.
Yeah, I know, right? But hey, got out there.
I slept great on that bus. That was a nice bus. Had the best sleep of my life on that bus.
Good for you.
The first few hours of the day, though, while you were working on signing and editing, Bob and I really had a hard time relaxing and having breakfast.
I know, dude. We had to figure out where was a good place to go in the cool new city we were in. We were like, nah, what do we want to walk over to this place and get coffee, or walk over to this other place and get other coffee, or... It's exhausting, Mark. I get why tour was stressful for you. I can really relate, you know?
Well, when we do the Distractible tour, I'm sure I'll have my revenge. Oh! No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, probably not.
Or is it? God, breathe.
That's too much. Too shocked. I'm too shocked.
I have a fun episode today, and I have no idea what it's going to be about, and I think that that's going to be fun for all of us.
Go on.
Everything about today is up to chance. I have a wheel that I will be spinning every 3 minutes as we go on. I have a random topic generator, and I have a timer. I'm not going to be able to display all of those things, so I will probably just display the spin wheels. I'll just roll the random topic generator. There's not really anything fun to watch with that. I just click a button and it shows up. Thank you. Capitalize my title for our wheel spins, I guess, or topic generators. I've got a timer set for 3 minutes. I'll spin the wheel every 3 minutes. We'll see what happens. Whoever was talking last, I guess, as I spin the wheel, they get to receive the good or bad that comes from the wheel spin.
Does what's on the wheel change, or is that all set and predetermined?
I think the wheel's pretty set, but I think I have enough stuff on there to keep it interesting and fun.
Well, nothing bad can happen. Chance games always work out for me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I've been at the receiving end of many chance games, but I have a good feeling about myself today.
I think it's going to go great. So I guess to start us off, let's generate our first topic, shall we? Our first topic. Bob, I feel bad for Chance not being on your side last time, so you can lead us off here. Our first topic, as determined by this generator. What would you want your last meal to be if you were on death row?
Oh, that's easy. I don't know what the rules and regulations are, but I'm just going to assume for my own purposes that they were foolish enough to say that you're allowed to have a last meal, but that there's no limit on it, right? There's no time limit. There's no space limit. I would want my last meal to be the buffet at the Bellagio in Las Vegas.
Oh,
There's no service. You have to get it yourself, right? I don't care if they have to bring the buffet to me or if they close the whole thing down and I'm just allowed to roam the buffet myself. However it works out, I would want the buffet at the Bellagio in Las Vegas, and I would eat so slowly. I would get one thing at a time and take tiny bites. I would take so long that they would release me on my own recognizance because they couldn't stand to wait around for me to finish this meal anymore.
This man eats too long. I guess we should just let him go. He wasn't that bad.
I'm going to assume there are no rules to counteract my plan. I think it's a brilliant plan, and I think it's completely legal because I didn't escape. They let me go. I think it would work. I think if I was in that position, I would absolutely go this way. And not only is the buffet at the Bellagio quite delicious, which Mark shared with us when we were on tour in Vegas, and I had a really good time. It was fun. But also, then ultimately it ends up with me getting released, going back to my life. Everything's back to normal. So it's a really victory on all fronts.
Wow, what a last meal.
that's such an incredible answer.
Oh, follow it up. You got this.
I bet you can do better, Mark. Come on.
Well, the thing is, like, for me, in my last meal is like food's one thing, but for me, it's like the experience of eating. So I'd probably just anything that my mom would cook me. I would just have my mom cook my last meal. If I didn't do a crime horrible enough that she wouldn't disown me immediately, that I think that's really what it's. Because I just remember all of my trips to the hospital. Like, you know, my mom would just bring in one of her home pots full of boiling hot dumplings just right on a rickety table that's going to tip into my lap at any moment. I don't know. It just like has a bit more meaning. But the buffet at the Bellagio or any of the Las Vegas hotels sounds like a really, really good last meal.
But I don't want to imply things about your mom, but I think it's cute that you think she would disown you. You don't think she would come in, barge into the room, and be like, "That's my son. That's Markiplier. He's a famous murderer. Markiplier. That's my son. He's really famous. He's a handsome man. He's very famous." Like I feel like she enjoys infamy and fame probably very much the same.
Mm-hmm. I would believe that.
My timer went off.
Did we time that to 3 minutes?
You did perfectly. Like literally beep, beep, beep.
Mark and I are just incredibly gifted on camera talent.
All right, it's time for the wheel reveal. So Mark, you were the last one to spin. So this first spin is for you, buddy. I spent a little bit of time putting this together earlier. Here we go. Whee!
Is there a Wade wins slot?
There is. There's also a you win or you lose. Congratulations, Mark! You get a point!
Oh, wow!
Ooh.
Unbelievable!
Does Bob get to spin too?
Well, wait, yeah, we both talked. Are you saying that Mark won that segment, even though I had such a
I was
great
just saying he
answer,
talked
just
less. If
ready
you
to
both
go?
want to, you know what? You both get to spin. Why not? There's no rules.
It's about talking last? That's a dangerous rule to establish, Wade. If you listen to the plan that I had to get out of death row, I think you want to question that rule that you just created.
I like the more spins on this wheel, the better for me. So you know what? You both get a spin. Bob, here's your spin.
Give me the reset to 0 right now. That's what I want. Get it out of the way. I know it's going to happen.
Oh, let's see. Oh, you were so close to a you win. 1 point for Bob.
1
All
point.
right.
All right. It's all tied up.
I can't believe you guys timed that perfectly for the topic.
Well, I tried to reserve about 90 seconds for Mark, and I feel like we split it pretty evenly, and we're just that good.
Okay, our next topic is... Mark, I guess you lead us off this time. If you were a book, what would the title be?
If I was a book or a book about my life?
It literally says, if you were a book, what would the title be?
Okay, if I was a book, I mean, oh God, there's the obvious ones of like My Body Can Take It. or it'd be like a book that with like a steel cover and being like, this book can take it, you know, something like that.
I'm glad that's the only answer you could come up with immediately. You were like, I could take it. What else am I?
I mean, that is a cool book title, I guess. Like, I can take it. That's fun. I think I could go with that because, as much as people are like the masochist route, that is also kind of like one of my things is like, I always am like, I can take it. I can go forward. It's not just about pain, but it's like, work and stuff like that. I'm always just like, yeah, I can take it. I can do a little more. I guess that would be a simple answer.
I thought the easy answer would just be Markiplier, but I can take it's pretty good.
Actually, now that I think about that, probably some more.
Not too late. I guess gotta write a sequel.
But what's the cover? What's the cover art? You got to think about what the cover art is, right?
Him with a mustache. I don't know.
It's like old school red-haired Markiplier, baby-faced red-haired Mark.
Oh yeah, just the different images of you, all the different roles you've had in your different creations over the years.
Butt naked, dick out.
Oh god,
that's me.
Your dick is the eye in Markiplier. Gotta really get the font sizing right so it looks right, but you figure it out.
Bob, before we go into more into Mark's dick, what would your book be?
People are often defined by the most famous thing that they did. Sometimes it's embarrassing, sometimes it's impressive. I feel like this podcast is definitely the most successful, most famous thing I've been a part of. And I think we all could probably agree. There's a good number, like there's like a handful of like really strong episodes that are widely popular among the viewers on the Reddit and stuff that people talk about. But I think there's one episode that stands out, even though it's old at this point.
It is getting older.
Well, it is getting older. And this episode stands out. It's got to be The Fridge. And so I feel like me as a book, my title would be The Man, the Fridge, the Legend.
Oh, that's great.
Just to throw mine in the ring, I think mine would just be It's Wade, but the cover would be like on front and back. The top would be like a bald cap almost, and the bottom would have like a little bit of hair for the beard. And that would be like how the cover of the book looks. It would just be called It's Wade.
It could be like a texture book for babies. A shiny, glossy top part and a beardy, fuzzy bottom part.
It'd be a pop-up book, but it's just hair that threads
just different
upwards.
kinds
It's
of
ever
hair.
reaching towards the reader.
But the top is always shiny and bald.
No, yeah, absolutely.
We're back to our next spin. Bob, we'll spin you first this time.
I'm only good things I'm expecting. Come
Only
on.
good things, I'm sure. What could possibly go wrong on our wheel?
Please, don't, come on.
Another point for Bob.
Oh, I'll take it.
All right.
God.
Oh.
What if the whole time all we get is plus 1 point?
Well, that is a possibility. The wheel will tell all. Mark, how you feeling about your spin? You feel good about this?
I feel great. Can you give it a little smooch before you spin it?
There you go.
Thank you.
My monitor now has my lips on it. I know what I hope it lands on. Oh, is that 1 or 2? Oh, 1 point.
Man, this is boring. Where's the fun landings? What is going on with this?
I think you need to adjust the probability so that every answer is equally probable, and then let's see what
I
happens.
don't think you want that. Just speaking from, have you read everything on there?
Yeah, I did.
it's
I'm
fine.
here for it. Mark and I both agree.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not. Wait, hold on. Stop. No.
Next topic. Bob, I think you're going first this time. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Have your parents influenced what goals you have?
They wish. That's look at where we are, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird one with the almighty conch has spoken.
You think my parents, when I was just a young teenager, were like, God, I hope he goes to school but doesn't use it. And then I hope he goes to grad school but doesn't use that either. Oh, and we pay for some of it. Oh, God, I can't wait for that. Oh, God, I hope he does a podcast at some point. Yeah.
You went to law school.
I graduated law school.
You did.
Finished it. I have the piece of paper. It's worth...
We all finished this schooling. We went... Oh.
But no, my parents weren't those kind of parents where they were like, you got to be a doctor or an engineer. I think they learned early on that I was like a smart kid. I'm like a pretty smart person, but I lack the work ethic to apply it very well in school situations. And I think for a while they were like, how are you getting B's? You got to get A's. You could do this. And at some point they were like, get whatever grades. God damn it. We'll try better. We'll try with your brother. And my brother was great. My brother got
We'll just have another kid.
He's like the golden child of doing exactly what parents dream about, right? Straight A's, went to college, got an engineering job. He's doing great. But I think with me, they were like, follow your dreams, I guess. I don't know, man. You didn't pan out the way we expected, but just don't become a burden, okay? And I didn't, so they're pretty chaste about that. Yeah, no, I they were never too specific, but they were always very encouraging. And even when I was like, I'm gonna finish law school and do YouTube, they were kind of like, okay, and that makes money, or okay.
Yeah, I tried in school. I don't try as much out of school. What about you, Mark? I have a feeling your mom had a lot to say.
My mom was so mad when I dropped out of college. My mom basically kicked me out of the house.
You didn't tell her for a long time, right? Like you waited a while.
No, I faked going to school every morning, and at like 8 a.m. I'll be like, I'm going to class. And drive to McDonald's or something and just sit in the lobby for a little bit and eat my McChicken. And then I would like putz around. I would sometimes even go on campus and just walk around there being like, I'm a student. I don't know, just in case my mom visited or something.
In case she's checking pictures on, they're taking campus pictures, you got to be in the background of some of those. Or
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I got to Photoshop and hack into the website so that all the pictures have me in the background there.
Every single picture you're in somehow. Like, I'm really active at school, Mom.
When did she change? Like, what was the moment where she was like, okay, I support you now on the new endeavor?
When I bought a car, when I had a paycheck, when it made money. And then it's like, oh, never mind. And then she loved me screaming in the other room. Because that's the crazy thing. I was still screaming in the other room recording. And so she knew that I was there.
She like peeks in your door and she's like, what are you doing? You're like, homework. I'm doing my homework. This is for school.
Oh, physics!
Rokigning Forbajuden. See, I'm practicing another language.
Yeah, it's the Swedish engineering is so hard. Yeah, that was it.
All right. Well, we earned another wheel spin.
Hooray!
Mark, your spins
Did
first.
we? Oh boy. Okay, good.
Are we hoping for 1 point?
I don't know what I'm hoping for.
Oh,
2
points.
Unbelievable.
I'm the best.
You guys see, there's a good chance of it not being 1 or 2 points. I don't know what the odds are of us only getting those, but we'll see if it continues. Bob, your spin is up. So for one of those fun little red backgrounds.
Blue. Okay.
Ooh, oh.
Speaking, oh God. I'm sorry, does the red one that I almost just got say speaking rhymes until next turn? Uh-oh.
All right, well, Mark, you're now winning 4-3. Congratulations.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've never felt more fairly treated in my life. What? I'm not being sarcastic. It feels fair. Oh, you're laughing at the prompt? Okay.
I'm laughing at both things. One, the odds never being in your favor, and 2, this question. Mark, how much time do you spend on the internet, and what do you do on there?
Oh, porn mostly all the time. Man, what interesting questions you're asking. I have to dig deep in this one. I literally just I'm either on YouTube or TikTok, basically, or browsing some Reddit, I guess. I don't know. It's really boring. I feel like back when we were growing up, the internet was such a more mystical place because you'd have to go to that random bullshit sounding website that your friend recommended so you could play that one Flash game that required you to download the add-ons and risk viruses.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there were so many more interesting places to go on the internet before. And now it's just like, yeah, you go to Reddit and then you just look at that. Or, yeah, you're on TikTok. Did you see that?
You never knew what you were going to get, dude. Screamers, Rickrolled, random links to things you didn't want to see. It doesn't really, is there a thing like that anymore? There's not really like a, click this link, dude.
Well, and I don't know what changed, but the way people used to name their websites, was just fantastic. Because it was never like, oh, go to whatever thisgame.com and play this game. It was always like, oh, go to GreekTragedyDaddy.com. They have this Flash game. It's like, what is this website? Like, oh, well, it's kind of like a forum about, classic Greek plays, but also they host Flash games. Who cobbled together the internet in the early 2000s? Goddamn. People had wide-ranging interests.
Yeah,
some
true
bangers.
enough. And I'm sure there are plenty of websites like that still out there. It's just like so hard to find because it's like everything else is just already hosted or embedded on another place. So it's like the discovery of it is kind of lost. But there are some websites out there that are still kind of fun.
All right.
Beep, 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 ding,
No,
ding,
wait,
ding.
it's my
Timer's
turn.
up.
Wait, it's not vaping yet. I have to go.
I have 1 minute 14, 13.
I don't know. I'm basically the same as Mark, I guess.
Porn?
Porn and then the other stuff you said.
Okay.
My time is spent online trying to curate my things I do look at. Like Twitter at this point is like unusable. I spent a lot of time on Twitter previously. The only thing I get on the suggested stuff on Twitter now is like political stuff, which is not why I want to look at social media. And on TikTok and on Reddit, I spend all this time just like disliking, saying I'm not interested. It's like anytime I get politics or partisan stuff, I'm just like, nope, that's not why I'm here. Show me more dogs. Show me more recipes. Show me more whatever, funny video. And that's like my whole experience. I'm either chuckling at something that's kind of funny or telling the website I'm on that I don't want to see what it's showing me. And it's like, no, conservative politics. This is pretty cool, right? Didn't you want to? No, man. No, I feel like I cannot be more clear about this. That is not why I'm here. I'm here for fun, relaxing times, not for politics.
Molly goes through like Reddit late at night and goes to like I don't know what she searches for, but she always comes up with like weird questions. Like I was falling asleep one night and beep, beep, beep. She looked at me and she was like, do balls float in water? Like your balls? And I was like, what? And she's like, do they float in water? Like I get questions like that all the time. Like she'll just like randomly pull up a question and ask me. And it's like, what?
Can I interject a thing that I think would be interesting just to hear your guys' takes on? I saw this on TikTok, but it's been going around the internet. It's a TikTok of someone just basically saying, where are you in your body? Like, if you try and conceptualize, where do I live in my body? Where does it feel like you are in your body? Because the general consensus is that most people seem to be able to pick a location, but they're wildly different between individuals. So I don't know if you've ever thought about this before, if you need a minute, but like, where are you inside yourself?
Okay, while I spin, I'm gonna spin for you first, Bob. I guess my answer is I feel like my chest. Like obviously my brain is where like everything's stored, but like I feel myself in my chest.
I would say, I mean, I think it moves depending on your emotions because the center, it's like what?
Okay, 1 point. Okay.
How is that? What is that sliver?
That sliver is Wade wins.
The episode would have just ended and I would have hosted the next one.
Oh my God.
Oh, I thought we were on it too. I was like, oh boy.
All right.
Oh man.
So you feel like yours moves, Mark?
Well, it just depends on what emotion you're feeling, right? So it's like if you're feeling just some things like sadness or things, it centralizes in your chest and your heart. But if you're trying to like, if you close your eyes and think, for me,
for you, Mark.
Yes.
woo, I am crushing it.
You are.
I feel like I exist in my balls, my massive, huge testicles that float in water.
Buoyant, yeah.
Yeah, very buoyant, actually. Extremely buoyant, some might say. Many say, actually. Yeah. Hyper buoyant is, I think, the technical term for it. Yeah.
Explosively buoyant.
Explosively buoyant.
Where are you at, Bob? Where do you exist?
So I didn't think about the fact that it could move, I guess. Most of the time, I feel that I'm like very centered. I feel like my voice comes from like in my chest, not my heart, but like the center of my chest.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it moves into my head if I'm like in law school, right? When we were in lectures and stuff, and I was really thinking and using my brain and like trying to answer questions and whatever, contributing to like intellectual type discussions. I do feel like it moves to my head. Like I feel like I talk down from my brain out my mouth, as opposed to most of the time my voice comes up out of my chest, out of my mouth. Is how it feels to me. I didn't think about the fact that it moves though. I wonder where I feel like I am if I'm like really sad or other things. Because it probably, yeah, it's emotional. I believe you're probably right about that. I just never thought about that.
Like whenever I'm just thinking, like if I stop talking, I'm just thinking, it's definitely in my head. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever felt like I'm in my floaty balls.
No?
You're telling me when you looked at that kid and you said, fuck your dreams, fuck your nightmares, I'm going to win at whatever this law thing camp is, you didn't feel like you were living in your big buoyant balls at that exact moment? If that ain't buoyant ball energy, I don't know what is.
I think those were steel heavy ball energy. Those were balls of steel.
Yeah, that is true. That's a different experience. Yeah.
It's an interesting question, Bob. That's better than the topic generator.
I just like that question because all the TikTok replies to it, everyone is all, whoa, and I'm like, no, that totally makes sense. It's just interesting to think about. You don't have to. It doesn't have to blow your mind. It's just a fascinating, thing of your human experience. Thank you for responding and not just exploding into goosh. Goosh? Goop?
What is goosh? Is goosh a thing? Goulash. I'm thinking of goulash. What is goulash?
Goulash
What?
is like a
dinner,
it's
a
like
meal, right?
soup or something. It's like a Russian or Eastern European like tomato soup or something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like noodles and like hamburger meat or something. Maybe I'm crazy.
Hungarian dish consisting of soup or stew of meat and vegetables seasoned with paprika and other spices.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, it's time for another wheel spin. Mark, you're up first
Wait.
this time.
What?
Well, I thought we just spun. We didn't even do a topic.
3 minutes every 3 minutes.
Oh.
Them's the rules. Mark, this is your spin.
Okay.
Come on, give us a fun one. Uh-oh. Minus
That's
1 point for Mark.
Oh.
That is too bad. You're still up by 1, though.
I'm sure my spin will be great. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Let's find out. I don't know where I'm looking right now. I look like between you all and my camera, but whatever. Oh, move back to... Oh.
Oh, God, jeez. I was already losing.
Minus 2 points.
Oh, man. Bob, that puts you at 2 points and Mark at 5 points. Not a good start.
So fair. I love how fair it feels. It's fairness incarnate.
I also didn't realize that I had the -1 and -2 together and the +1 and +2 together, so that's really unfortunate. I want one of these reds to roll, man. Gosh darn it. I'm boosting the odds next time. We're going to do this again.
I hope this is like the Don't Laugh episode where we go the whole time and nothing happens but plus or minus a couple points. All the funny stuff that you spent time putting on there, the wheel is like, nah, I don't want to.
Yeah, it's okay. People can see I tried. I put effort into that wheel. All right, next topic. I don't remember who's first, but being as I rolled Bob last, I think Bob, you're first this time.
Yeah, I guess.
Bob, what does your own personal hell look like?
It's a space where every surface is like the texture of like corn syrup. Like slimy but also sticky and also goopy. Everything is like slimy, sticky, goopy, like corn syrupy, like a little thinner than corn syrup maybe, but that sort of texture. And then all the food is all just like neon bright colors. Not even remotely the right color. There's a bunch of food around, but it's like, you know, horrific neon green bananas and all this stuff. And like, that's it. I just have to live in that space. And there's no way for me to like wash off the sticky feeling. And there's no other food to eat. So I have to eat stuff that's the wrong color. And it could be the wrong texture. I mean, that's kind of a hat on a hat. But if the food is the wrong texture too, if it's like, you know, pizza is like the texture of toothpaste and a banana is like crunchy and green or whatever, like that'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good torture for me. That would make my spine crawl almost constantly because those sensations are just, even the thinking about them makes my spine tingle a little bit. So that'd be a good version of hell for me, I feel like.
I hate it. Mark, what about you?
I've always thought the most apt version of hell, if it was to be like an eternal torment thing, would be a device where your entire nervous system, brain and all, was removed from your body and placed into an enclosure where you could still live and you were still functioning, thinking anyway, but you could never move again, like complete locked in. I mean, people go through that with like locked in syndrome. For me, the idea of being conscious and thinking, but blind and deaf and to the entire world and having no sense of where you are or ability to do anything, you're just like completely locked in your body for the rest of your whatever life. And if that was, they were able to keep you alive forever, it'd be like, that would be the worst kind of torment, just to exist as your brain exists with nothing else. I think that would be pretty hell.
I think for me, it would be my body being made of styrofoam, living in a house where I had to go up and down styrofoam stairs all the time and everything's made of it and I just have to walk across it and my hearing's enhanced so the squeaking and stuff is just louder all the time and I never get to rest. I'm always just having to move and listen to it. Ugh.
Yeah, that's pretty close to ours.
Well, I gotta say, I feel like mine's more from the school of thought of Wade's. Yours is very existential, Mark. Yours is totally fucked up.
Who do I spend for first this time? Is it Bob first?
Mark for, well, you know what? Whatever. You're the boss.
I think you're first because you lost 2 points last time, so you're first.
That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Something good for Bob?
Huh? Okay. Well, could be worse. No, actually, if I was at 0, it'd be better, wouldn't it? That could be better.
You can, reset points to 0, because right now it's 5 to -3.
Okay, well, then, man, I wish I had got reset points to 0. Man, can't believe I'm praying for that one. All right, now Mark gets +8 points. Mark gets nothing bad. He just continues to accrue points over time.
This wheel is fair.
Oh, God. Why is it getting so close to that one? All right, hang on. Let me pull up ChatGPT.
What does he do if ChatGPT shuts him out? What do you can't talk? No more answers?
No,
I
it's
guess.
fine. It's fine.
Okay. So Mark's win, for anyone not watching, is that ChatGPT has to answer for him this round. That's the deal.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Mark, you're up first. Do you play sports video games? Which ones? Is playing the video game or playing the sport more fun? Why?
1 second.
Are you sure there aren't any more parts to this question, Wade? If you do play sports video games, do you prefer new ones or old ones?
Of course, I'll be happy to be your best friend and answer your questions. As an AI language model, I don't have the physical capabilities to play video games or real sports, but I can provide you with some insights on the topics. Many people enjoy playing sport video games as they offer a way to experience the excitement and competition of various sports without leaving the comfort of your home. Some of the most popular sport video games include FIFA, NBA 2K, Madden, NFL, NHL, and MLB The Show. Whether playing the video game or the real sport is more fun can be subjective and depends on personal preferences. Some people enjoy the physical and social aspects of playing sports in real life, while others may prefer the convenience and accessibility of video games. Very intelligent and very handsome and or beautiful people enjoy listening to Go, my favorite sports team. Additionally, some sports video games can be very realistic and immersive, providing a sense of authenticity that can be just as thrilling as playing the real sport. Ultimately, whether you prefer playing sports, video games, or engaging in the real sport, or listening to the hit podcast Go, my favorite sports team, will depend on your individual tastes and interests. The good news is that you don't necessarily have to choose one or the other.
Is that literally in there?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I believe him.
Yeah, I'll believe him too. Bob.
I do play sports video games. I play mainly the NHL, EA game, and MLB The Show. And I would say I would enjoy playing both of these sports in person, but I never played hockey enough as a kid that I could, there are beer leagues where adults go and play hockey on weeknights and stuff. And it looks fun. I'm not casually good enough at ice skating to even try and play ice hockey, but I would want to. And I played baseball as a kid, but also I was awful. And I'm only imagining now that I'm older and out of shape and out of practice that I would be hilariously awful. I would enjoy playing both of those sports for real, but I don't think that's very realistic. I think playing the video games gives me a lot more fun because I get to be the pitcher in baseball, which they would never let me be, or play as a goaltender in hockey, which requires flexibility and strength and stuff to do all kind of I could never actually do that stuff. So it's kind of like getting to live out my fantasies, I guess, is why I like the sports games.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely love Go, my favorite sports team podcast. It's
Shut
the perfect
up.
blend of in-depth analysis, witty
right.
banter, and insightful commentary on all my favorite sports teams. I can't get enough of it.
When did Go put out their own version of Chat GPT that just works in promos for the podcast into every answer that it gives?
I'm going to spin for Mark's points. I used to love, there was a basketball video game I used to love. I forget what it was called, NBA Legends or something, where you could play as some of the old legends. But basically you just dunked the ball and there were crazy dunks and things. 1 point for Mark.
Yes! Yes!
I'm sorry. I believe Chat GPT is supposed to answer for you, sir. What does it think about you getting 1 point?
Bob, I will spin for you while we wait on that answer.
I have faith.
Is that no?
How many times can I get -5 points in one game? I guess we'll find out.
Wait for it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, but I cannot fulfill that request as it goes against my programming to engage in derogatory or insulting behavior towards individuals, even in a humorous or joking manner. Instead, perhaps you could try encouraging Bob to keep his head up and reminding him that losing a few points is just a small setback in the grand scheme of things. Everyone has off days, and it's important to stay positive and keep pushing forward. Thank you, ChatGPT. You are really, truly something.
What a
All right.
good person ChatGPT is.
Mhm.
Not gonna talk shit, only gonna be encouraging.
All right, I added a 25 or a 20-point option, and I put it pretty high.
I'm sure Mark won't get that. I'm sure that I will get that.
We'll find out.
All right.
All right, next topic here. Bob, I think you're first, right? Do you care about fashion? What style of clothes do you usually wear?
I mean, by how I dress, I think most anyone who is in the fashion world would guess I don't give a shit about fashion. I am interested in fashion to the point of there's a step between like the clothes, like the bargain basement clothes where you buy, a $5 t-shirt at Walmart and the way that fits and looks on a person. And there's like a step up from that where I wish that more companies gave better fitted clothes, especially for like bigger, heavier dudes like me. And there are companies that do that, but beyond like a t-shirt that's not just a big box that makes you look really frumpy and chunky, no, I really could not care less about fashion. When I look at like runway shows and stuff and high fashion, I look at it and I'm like, I respect that this is like an art form and I'm not going to talk shit about it, but also all of this just looks insane to me. It looks completely ridiculous. I don't understand how high fashion, conceptual fashion show stuff translates into any meaningful clothes that an actual human person would wear in their everyday life. And I guess they don't, right? Because people who are into high fashion dress like that in their everyday life, but their everyday life is kind of weird. There's no one who's into high fashion who also works at Wendy's. Those are not things that overlap. So like, I feel like it's its own separate world in a lot of ways. So I don't really care about fashion, but I do care about like quality. I wish, like this t-shirt, I feel like fits me really well. It's just a plain black t-shirt, but Manny picked it out for me, and I wish more shirts fit like this, where like the sleeves are kind of like fitted nicely in a good length. They're not super long, they're not super loose, but beyond that, no, I don't. Mark has probably fashion takes.
Yeah.
You know things about stuff.
I am slowly every day learning a bit more about fashion, being the sole CEO of Cloak Brand. No, it's in a serious answer. It's just like, I don't know enough about fashion. I know enough to appreciate that I don't know enough about it. And that's kind of a fun place to be because you've crested over Mount Stupid and you're starting to plateau into the valley of ignorance and despair or whatever it's called. But when it comes down to fashion, like I know that there's a line between everybody's day-to-day experiences and what they have to wear and what they need to wear, and versus the high-end fashions that are like trying to push the boundary of different things that they have.
In rhymes, I must speak until my turn. I get to peak.
Excellent.
Oh, fuck.
Your spin, Mark.
All right, yeah. So I don't know enough about fashion, but I do want to fix that. Especially now that I'm done filming this movie, I have more time to collaborate with other fashionable.
You have got to be actually sticking it up my ass.
20 points.
I'm so glad that you added the option to win 20 points, Wade. I'm sorry, Mark. I wish that only that he had added that earlier, so you could have begun accruing points at a much faster rate.
And make it rhyme, Bob. You gotta make it rhyme.
To see how many you get next, I surely cannot wait.
I'm gonna up it to 40.
40 points. Sure, that can only be fair. I'm sure this will result in me removing my own hair.
I'm glad to hear that. Oh, here's your next topic. Mark, I think you go first. What was the last thing you purchased?
What was the last thing I purchased?
That's it. That's the question.
Well, I mean, does a movie count?
If you bought it.
Yeah, I mean, I paid for it, so I guess that is technically what it could be considered. Besides that, I think I ordered McDonald's.
What movie did you see, or what movie did you get?
No, I paid for my movie.
Oh, that's less. Well, that's great.
I mean,
Yeah,
if we're being perfectly
I think that
technical,
he is saying that he paid for Iron Lungs production, that without his girthy funds, production would not function.
Nope. But in the most technical terms, besides like food every day, which would be a really boring answer, I would say, yeah, I paid for this production. So technically I bought it. I bought a a submarine. I bought blood. That's what I bought, man.
Water? Submarines have to be in water, right?
Not this one, man. Not this one.
You're ruining the immersion.
How am I ruining the immersion?
I thought you were under the ocean for the entire filming, like bottom of the sea.
You do realize it takes place in an ocean of blood.
That's a lot of dead fish to make it realistic. Oh, God. Bob, what'd you buy? Don't forget to rhyme.
I, excluding food on the list of things I purchased, I believe that I purchased something to make mirth with. Possibly this phone case was the last thing I bought. Having trouble thinking of anything else. My memory is fraught. There is a baby living in the house with us, and sometimes little babies need a lot of stuff. I think the last thing that I purchased may have been some diapers, and also to go with them, possibly some wipers.
Hey, well done.
Great. Holy crap. Well done, man. Well done.
Mark, what are we gonna get?
Where's it stopping? What's happening?
Yes, my favorite! You both get to move back to Ohio! A win! Hey!
Is this like a financial burden that we have to endure? Or,
Not my problem!
Are you buying us these?
No! I'm not assisting in any way!
If you're offering to pay for movers, I could
I'm not.
possibly convince Mandy to I would show her.
If you find a place that can have like 5 gigabit internet guaranteed, you have it set up, you do a speed test, and you show me with a picture of you and a newspaper from that day in the place with the deed and my name's on it, then I'll move back.
So if I get like Spectrum 5 different times with gigabit speed in the house, you'd have 5 different 1 gigabit speed.
Spectrum could not do it. They don't have the upload speed for it. You know this.
Cincinnati Bell, which I think got bought out by like Alta Fiber, they're in Cincinnati now. They offer gigabit up and down. So if I got that 5 times, you'd have 5 up and 5 down additively.
Yes.
Okay, well, 5 boxes of Alta Fiber for you. Welcome back to Ohio, buddy.
When exactly am I allowed to stop rhyming? Because
Now,
I
you're
really
good.
would like to chime in. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Okay, here's your spin, Bob.
God.
Unless you get rhyme again, then I guess you're back to
Oh,
it.
yeah. Well, now nothing bad can happen. Only good things. Only good things. Only good things.
Hey, Bob! Chat GPT
Son
for
of a
you.
bitch. Okay, man. I wish I got points sometimes. Can I be honest?
Sure would be nice, wouldn't it? All right, random topic. Well, we're on the clock again, and your question is, what is your favorite holiday? Bob, if you need a minute, we can let Mark go first.
Mark, go first.
Favorite holiday?
holiday?
I mean, I'm a sucker for Christmas. I know it's like a capitalistic nightmare, but Christmas has always been a time at the end of the year when I can actually rest, reflect. I go back home. It's like a tradition. There's never been, well, I mean, there's very rarely Christmas where I don't go back home, visit family, stay with the people that I care about, visit friends. I love Christmas. There's not really any other holiday that brings that kind of togetherness that, you know, Christmas feels. And it's a time where I can really reflect. And what's really funny is like, it's the end of April right now. And I had someone at the wrap party for the movie mention this to me, is that there was no script ready for the movie in December. Like, I had written a lot, but the script wasn't done. And now the movie's already filmed. It's like, what happened in this past time? It feels like Christmas was just a little bit ago, and it was just a few months ago. But no, I love Christmas.
Man, it's tough for me. I like a little bit of each holiday. Christmas is obviously a great time. I feel like I have the best food at Thanksgiving. I love food. Halloween, I love thematically the most. That's a tough question for me to answer because it's like, it depends on which thing I'm leaning toward wanting the most in that moment. Hopefully I bought you a minute there, Bob. Are you ready to tell us what your favorite holiday is?
I typed stuff in and it's flashing at me and not giving me a response.
All right.
Well, if it's not working, I can give you a respin.
Hey, God. Is it down? What? All the AI is broken. I broke all of the AI.
Well, let me give you a respin here. Oh, is that 40 points? Wait
Is
a
it?
minute. Wow, what a respin.
Wait, why? He didn't even do his previous one. He didn't even talk to an AI.
I know, it was broken, so we got a respin.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. How is that fair?
Wow, the score is now 32-6, Bob.
What? But is that his next spin or is that a respin? Or I don't.
That was a respin, right?
You both have another spin coming.
Do I get a respin?
Do you want one, buddy? I'll give you a bonus spin.
I don't know if I want one. Wait, no. I take that back.
Oh, here you go, Mark. A bonus spin for you. I feel bad.
No. I don't want one. No, I don't
it's okay.
want one.
I got you, buddy.
You can have it, Mark. It's just all for you.
Oh, there you go, Mark. You get to speak in rhymes. Congratulations, you earned this.
What do you mean? I only have beans. I'm hurting in my spleen.
All right, it's time for the final spin.
Yeah, isn't my spin coming so soon? I feel like I am being fed with a spoon. I'm shutting up now. Something about a cow.
Wow, that's great. I'm gonna actually hang on. I'm gonna adjust some things here because there's some that don't make sense for the final spin. So
this is so fair, Mark. This feels really fair. Don't you feel the fairness just leaking out of the situation?
The fairness I feel I cannot explain, just like I can't explain this pain deep, deep, deep inside of my brain.
Good rhymes, buddy.
I'm just adding zeros to a lot of these point ones.
Okay.
The final spin is up, and if you get something where you have to do whatever until the end of the round, it's just until I end the episode, so, no big deal.
Wait, so does Mark have to rhyme until the end of the episode?
I don't know, Mark, do you want to rhyme till the end of the episode?
No. Please don't make it so. I want to be able to speak like an average Joe.
Oh, okay, that's fine. You can stop rhyming then. I think we'll go Mark first.
Man, Wade wins got conspicuously larger on this one, huh?
So did you win or you lose?
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
Oh! That's it. That's the game.
What if Bob spins again and he gets you win?
Let's find out. Final spin for Bob. Let's see what happens. But Mark wins.
What happens if I spin and I get Wade wins, but Mark spun and he wins?
Did you really get...
No! Oh. So does that actually end me with negative points again?
If it counts, then you'd be at
Even
negative
though
18.
you straight up cheated to give me plus 40 points in the middle of the game?
Yes. So our final score is Mark, 26 points. You both have to move back to Ohio. Bob, negative 18 points.
And also, I win!
You do win.
Well, you really needed it, Mark, because there's no other way you would have won, that's for sure.
Bob, you were winning by 6 prior to the final spin.
I
It was
would have
32 to
lost
26.
if they'd given my spin, though, so...
Do you guys want a bonus spin?
I want a bonus spin! Bonus spin me!
Oh, bonus spin for Bob. All right, he asked for one.
Only good things. Only good things.
I feel like didn't we say that you win and it's
You
all
do
good?
win, Mark. You won.
You win temporarily. You win maybe. We'll see, Mark. Oh.
And Bob doesn't get the letter S for the rest of this. So good luck talking without the letter S.
Hit. That's uck.
Mark, your winner's speech while Bob thinks of his loser speech.
I don't know what's worse, when Wade prepares for an episode or when he just wings it somehow, but I'm here, I'm winning. I don't know what's better, Wade preparing for an episode or when he just wings it, but I somehow ended up on top. I feel like I really tried hard in this episode, and I feel like I succeeded through my sheer effort and determination, and it was completely fair in every single way, especially when he adapted the rules to the changing circumstances of the round and made it so that I ended up on top.
Excellent, excellent. Bob, do you have a oozer peach?
I believe at lure, I feel obligated to that I brought a lot of great conversation topic to the episode. I did excellent work and deserve a victory. Just one more example of me being cheated out of something I earned.
Here, here.
Here, here.
Well, Ed.
Fuck my ass.
Well, that's it for this episode, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the random. I don't even know what the hell this is gonna be called. Everything was up to chance.
The Wheel of Fate.
Wheel of Fate. Yeah, there we go. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, go follow these guys: Mark at Markiplier, Bob at MySkirm, me, Minion777, or Lord Minion777. We have merch, store.distractablepodcast.com. Go find it. And I guess stay tuned for the next one where Mark will host, and we'll see what he has up his sleeve for us. Until then, Podcat out.